In this House of Logic video, we're going to set up a read-only user for Proxmox. So to do this, I've already logged in to my Proxmox environment. I've gone to Data Center and then to Users. I can now click Add, and now I can enter the username that I want to use, which we're just going to make read-only1. We're going to use the Proxmox VE authentication realm, and we're going to give it a password. We can fill in the rest of the details if we want to. There's no particular need to, and we don't need to use a group at the moment for what we're doing. But if you want to, that's obviously something you can do. So once you've created the user, then you want to go to the actual permissions section, and you want to then add the user permission. And what we will do is we're going to choose the actual root path of the entire cluster, and we're going to choose our read-only user. And then we're going to give it the PVE auditor role, and that is effectively the read-only role. So with that in place, we're going to hit add, and then we're going to go and create a incognito window. And on this incognito window, we will now try and log in. So with read-only1 and password entered, and there we go. We'll click log in. And we're in. So if we now go and find some resources within here, we can try and take some action on them. However, if we try and do it, we get a permission check error. So essentially what it won't let this PVE auditor do is make any changes. So there we go, there's a couple of tests. Well, let's try starting something up, and that one also, yeah. So we don't have permission to actually do any write-enabled actions, if you want to think of them like that. So what we may also want to do is you might want to go and set up an actual API token on this user as well. So to do that, go back to the permission section under Data Center, click Add, choose your user. Then you need to create a token ID, which I believe can be anything up to sort of 24 characters. So my terrible randomized token ID there. If you want to use privilege separation, then that will mean that you've got to assign the permission specifically to the API token. Or if you turn that feature off, then you will be able to use whatever permission you have assigned to the user. So to read only one on that root permission, with that box unchecked, that would be separate permissions. We'll go with the privilege separation mode though, just to demonstrate it. So there's the API secret. I'm not actually going to go and use this for anything, but just to demonstrate. So we can close that now, and then if we go back to permissions, we can then go and add an API token permission. And let's say we want to again do let's go with the pool permission. So we would choose that token and then grant it the necessary permission. So again, you've got to do this individually. So if you wanted to give the token write access into something, then notionally you can do that. But here, of course, we're just going to go with the PVE auditor again and grant access to the pool. And at that point, basically, you're then into the realms of using the API and the rest of the setup for that, which has already been covered in other videos that I've made, and I will link to in the description for this video. So that about wraps that one up. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If it's your kind of thing, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time. Thanks very much. Bye now.